Hey everyone, Carrie here. Today I'm going to be showing you where you can find a ton of great gear, weapons, and armor for when you're just starting out. Hopefully you'll have a strong start after grabbing these items. Alright, so first off we got Thumper, a melee weapon very early on, just right here at the start. Its damage isn't overly high right now, but as you level strength, it will go up, and its stat requirements are pretty low, and it does do poison damage. So that's why it's going to make this list. So next up, we're over here on the edge of the beach, and we're heading over to that island, just from the lighthouse teleport. So you can fly all the way out here or swim, whatever you'd like to do. And just on the skeleton in front of the tent here is where you can collect the perspective shades. So that will allow you to see items much easier. Alright, so staying close to those shades at the old factory teleport here. On the edge of the cliff, you'll find a chest that is unlocked and has the standard Morkon shirt for plus 33 armor. I believe that's the best one you can get early on for the armor that it offers. And again, while we're in this area, which is I believe from the old factory still, yep, just right there, you can come up here on the side, and inside this building we can collect the Hero's Call, which is another legendary weapon. So just like Thumper, it's going to require higher strength and constitution. So if you're going for a constitution strength build, Thumper and then Hero's Call would be a great pick, especially with some items that we'll get later on to make getting those stat requirements much easier. So then now we're just out front of the fort here, and I'm sure we all know, but right in this tower is the Fang. Nice little ranged crossbow to start with. And its damage can get up there as your stats get higher and higher. And staying close by the fort, just out where the cultivators are working the fields, you can come into this house right here, and there's a locked chest, but the key is hanging right above it on one of the support beams. So you can collect that. It's the toughness modifier. It's going to give you 20 health and 10 stamina. Very nice. Okay, so then next up, still inside the fort, we got Fenris right here. He's a quest giver NPC. You can sneak in behind him, use the safe, code is 8696.
I'm in.
And then there you'll find the Multitalent modifier, which is a good early on one. We will get some better ones, but to start, well, it's right here, not bad. Then if you go left from the fort, you'll find the old tavern converter. Then just right there, you'll be able to collect the Meaning of Life shades. So that just lets you see living things a lot easier. So it's going to be plants, people, enemies, dead bodies of enemies. Rather helpful, so it's on the list. And again, staying real close to that last item, just right over here, there's going to be a couple enemies guarding this. Just have to be careful, but once you do clear them out, there's a chest in the back here. We can break into that, or I believe there is a key on one of the dead bodies, but it is just an easy lockpick. And you'll get the standard Morkon Pants for plus 20 armor. then just moving a little ways up from that last location, just right at the Tavar Mountains teleport, you'll be right here, where you'll find this NPC who wants to go 50-50 if you can crack into the safe for him. Code is going to be 4725, and inside is a really good item. It's the Revenant Specialization, so it's +1 to both lockpicking and pickpocketing. From over there, we got the domes over here, the dome runes. Just run in, take a left, clear out all the enemies. I used a bunch of grenades. And try your best to deal with Crazy Craig. Once you do get him, you can loot his chest. He has the key on his body. And that's where you'll get the Survival Artist Specialization. So that's +10 into dexterity, which is huge. So next up, we're over in the crater, just like the Outlaws area. Right in this big centered house, or shack. Luxury shack. You can get in through the second floor here, pretty much undetected. And there's an unlocked chest here, Hector's. And inside he's got the Might modifier, which is +10 to strength. So while we're over here in the Outlaws area, just go over to this little island, right from the crater still. And inside the house, terrible house, can get inside this chest, where we'll find the Outlaw Hat, which is going to be +13 for armor. So I could be mistaken on that, but I think that is the best one, again, for free early on that you can find. Alright, so at this point, I had to go out and get myself lockpicking level 1. So I already had my intelligence leveled to 25, so I could use sprint boost on the jetpack. So then I just go ahead and equipped a modifier to raise my dexterity up to allow me to buy lockpicking level 1. Then from there, just going over to the cleric's area, which is at the castle teleport. And right above the merchants on the left, the second floor, you can cruise up there. There'll be a chest we can break into using lockpick level 1 combined with the Revenant Specialization for +1.
You got a bad back? What's with the posture?
And in there we'll find the dexterity modifier for another +10 into dex. So then I jump back to the lockpicking teacher. And now I set my dexterity to 15 in order to buy the next level, because it's going to be 35 and 30 intelligence. So dexterity to 15, raise that intelligence so it's 30. And then we can now use our 2 new dexterity modifiers and specializers to reach the required stats for level 2. Alright, so way up in that house there from the depot, the Alps area, you can run inside this house, and in the far corner behind some stuff, It's a nice fancy looking chest.
No, just can't do that yet.
So now that we have lockpicking level 2, we can put on that Reaver Specialization to make it +3 and get into level 3 hard chests. That nice fancy chest is still using a wooden lock. That's amazing. Once we're inside, that's the resistance modifier for +20 in all of your resistances. So that's quite good. That's why I enjoy getting that one. Then over here, just a little up and to the left from where we were. Just a little behind the Albs area, there'll be this building here. You can head inside, and again, there's going to be another chest to deal with. I kind of speed these ones up. I forgot the exact order, so. Once we get inside though, that is the Hunter Specialization. So that one's pretty huge because it's a specializer for strength. So combined with that modifier, that's now a total of 15 points into strength that you can get for free. So now a little up and to the right is the Maricor West teleport. And back here, you'll find this beat up car and corpse. And sitting in the back seat is my Sixth Sense Shades. Bit of a tongue twister there, but that will be giving you the ability to identify nearby threats. So that's quite nice if you're going for like a stealth area, wanting to creep through certain areas. It'll reveal all the enemies in the vicinity. As for the shades that allow you to see the machines, I haven't found a specific location for those yet, so I'm not sure if we can just find those, but this alb right here does sell them. So you can buy them if you desperately want those. They are a little expensive, 2,500. And in order to allow him, or allow you to buy from him, you just have to accept his quest. You don't actually have to see it through if you don't want to, but you do have to accept it initially. And that will let you see machines. Okay, so way over in the, above the Morkon city there, the city ruins from the Town's 10 north, there's this house way out here, and inside on the wall is where we'll find the Razor sword. So this would be for anyone going strength, dexterity. The stats are pretty achievable early on, especially with the help of some of those specializers and modifiers. So I'd say that's a great weapon to go for. Does that fire damage as well, just like Hero's Call. And then of course my favorite weapon for anyone going ranged early on, just here in the fort. You just gotta climb the tower and you will find the Seeker Bow. Alright, so as you guys can see, I've only put a few points into dexterity and intelligence, so there's still a lot of room for you guys to decide where you want to take your stats. If you're going to go strength constitution, strength dex, lots of options, especially with those modifiers and specializers. Having plus 10 dexterity on a modifier and a specializer is going to be huge. And then with strength, you get 10 modifier and 5 specializer for 15. So again, you guys can get real creative with that. Keep in mind, you can use those to buy some skills, right? So if you're just falling short of a few points into strength or dexterity for purchasing some skills, swap on those mods or specializers so you can buy into those. So you should be able to get some points into your melee weapons to raise those, your ranged weapons for just stronger bows, melee weapons, whatever you want, really. You could even dabble in, I'm sure there's some other skills like in survival that you could go into with these. And then there's also those skill points that will lower the requirements for the melee weapons or the ranged weapons, so that'll get you those earlier as well. So yeah, a lot of options going on here. But anyways, if you guys think I did miss anything that is worth a mention, please drop a comment below with the item name, location, and what it is. Then we can all continue to stack up our inventory with goodies. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.